Naruto Sasuke's scroll. This is a video I've been wanting to make for a while. I came across a post, an extremely long one, on NarutoForums.com, which I will be posting below. And for anybody that's got any time, they really want to get in there and start doing some reading, I would suggest clicking and checking it. But if you don't have time, you might want to definitely wait and do it later, because it's a really long. There's a lot to it. There is a lot to it. But anyway, let's go ahead and get to it. Okay, this is the idea. What is the scroll that Suigetsu and Jugo found? What's the big deal about this scroll? Okay, a lot of what happens in Naruto is from Japanese mythology. At least the names and sometimes even the way some of the things seem to work. So, going with that, what happens with this post, which is by Gene, and where this person got that information, I have no idea. And I'm just going to make sure that you know that I didn't create this. This is just something I found on the forums, which I will link below. I'm not taking any credit for it. I think it's like I say, it's a lot to look through, but it seems to make sense. So let's go ahead and get started. It's about something called Amatsutatara. I'm probably not even remotely spelling that correct. Basically, what it's about this post starts at about 700 or so years AD. And it talks about these books and scrolls that were written, and it gets pretty in depth. But basically, okay, let's break down the words. Okay, Amatsu means heaven or nature, and Tatara means highest secret teaching, system of martial arts, and original Shintoism spirit. Okay, basically what it ends up breaking down to, and it really gets into a lot of other stuff, like I said, there's a lot to read if you really want to get into it, is that there are these scrolls, and if you master these scrolls, you get all this massive amount of knowledge. And I'll go to one of the little information parts of it right here. So according to a whole bunch of, I've just scrolled through quickly, which you can take your time to look at if you want, that the scrolls contain philosophy of martial arts, including all special techniques, stuff about heaven and earth, and the secrets of Jujindo and Mikyo. Now, there's a lot of different links and everything, and there are more pages in it. Like I say, there's a lot if you really want to get in here and start digging in, and maybe even on multiple trips do a lot of the reading. And it's kind of interesting. And Shugento is a kind of a sage mode, and that's really what I'm trying to get to here. Is from what reading this is it's kind of like an epic sage mode, if that makes any difference. Some people have been saying, that Sasuke, he's, when he meets Naruto, or when he does it, that he's at such a powerful level. I mean, he had a hard time with the Eight Tails. I think most people realize that right now, the way things are, the way everybody's powered up, that he needs something to boost him. He isn't there. Okay, Sasuke just isn't where he's at as far as being top end anymore. Not with everybody. And I realize somebody may dispute that, but it's, as far as I'm concerned, my opinion is he's way behind. He needs something. And I'm going to skip around a little bit. There was a picture that showed on an earlier Naruto manga, which showed both Naruto, and he had a big, huge scroll in his mouth, and then they had a picture of Sasuke riding a giant bird with a giant scroll in his mouth. And that's another thing we're looking at, that he's going to be able to get a massive power-up from being able to activate that scroll. I mean, on a huge, gigantic, level. I mean, the kind of level, the way that Madara and the first Hokage were. I mean, at that kind of a, it's just going to boost him up in all kind of major ways. And I've been wanting to do this, make a video and post this for quite a while, and actually this video is running a little bit longer than I wanted to. So basically it's going to boost his, okay, the universal mysterious power will respond to the 5 natural main elements, and they go into the whole thing. So all of a sudden now he's a master of the physical combat like guy, and all kind of different other specialties with this scroll, okay, and the other powers that come with it. So this scroll, which and that's another thing. I think this is the last thing I want to get into before I go ahead and close this video out, is the importance of Sasuke to Orochimaru and Kabuto, which is really pointed out also in this article. Like I say, there's a lot of reading, but if you kind of fish around, you can kind of definitely find a few interesting points. Probably several. Is they're wanting Sasuke and Kabuto, and they show a lot of segments from the chapter supporting this, and even the whole thing. When he was negotiating with then Toby, we know as Obito, what he wanted Sasuke. Why? It seems that a young Uchiha, Sasuke-kun. So I won't go too far into that. But anyway, he wanted the Uchiha evidently for the scroll. That seems to be what Orochimaru and Kabuto want, is because with him he'll have the physical capability to activate the scroll. As we know with the ocular abilities and a lot of things, you need a certain physical makeup just to be able to actually power up these things and to use them for any length of time. Kakashi is an extreme example of someone that's got abilities that are way beyond the body that he has to utilize them. So Orochimaru, I'm just going to say what everybody already knows. Orochimaru has wanted to possess his body in order to not just keep living on, okay, and Orochimaru's thing is to know all jujitsu, and this is going to be something that would get him a lot closer to that fact. And so he possesses Sasuke, he gets the scroll, so he's got the power. I mean, you kind of see how it all fits in together quite nicely. Like I said, I would suggest everyone, when you get some time, a fair amount of time, is to go and take a look at this post, give your own feedback on it. You may be needing to make multiple trips on this, but this is something that I've wanted to bring up for a while. A few weeks ago I found this post, and once again, this isn't anything I made, this is something that I found on NarutoForums.com. But I just haven't found the time, and I made the time, so here we go. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and close this video out. This video is mainly for my subscribers. And I think that this is a good time, considering this is a transition period that's going on. Things are going out pretty good with the manga right now. In Naruto, I think things are finally, whether we agree with it or not, kind of smoothing over. At least as far as I'm concerned, I'm kind of a lot happier with the way things are going. Anyway, closing this video out. A thumbs up would be awesome. Would really appreciate it. Appreciate my subscribers as always. You can always subscribe. You can always unsubscribe. You can do anything that you want to. Until next time, take care.